Thank you, Mr Speaker. Just taking a short call in regard to the taxation bill. This is a bill sponsored by the Revenue Minister, Peter Dunn, and the last speaker finally actually got to the heart of the bill in his last few moments of his speech. So he's finding his place in the notes. Well, that's familiar territory for him, I'm sure. But the basic nature of this bill is to close a tax loophole called where Phoenix schemes had been involved, and essentially to close this loophole, the bill requires that the GST be recorded at a zero rate for land where there's if the component is also if the buyer is also GST registered. So that avoids the situation where if it hadn't been at zero, the potential is that the IRD could have been liable to pay the GST. The company might then not have actually been in a position to fulfil its obligations, and so there's the potential that there could have been some fraud under the scheme. And so this bill is to close that loophole, and it's got a number of other subsidiary clauses in it as well, which deal with simplifying some of the rules around GST. And so they're important as well. And there's some also legislative changes in regard to KiwiSaver, fringe benefit tax, joint bank accounts, penalties, PI schemes, and overseas donations and superannuation and such. So effectively this bill is to cover off an element of the tax system which is important because a tax system needs to be robust, it needs to be fair and equitable, and we need to make sure that legislation is such that people can't take advantage of the tax system through schemes or through the way that they structure their affairs. And so this bill is important in doing that so that people see the fairness and equity in the tax system that it demands and it represents. So we support this bill through the House.